This episode of Comedy Bang Bang is brought to you by Culture Kings. I want to tell you about a new podcast on the How Stuff Works network called Culture Kings, hosted by comedians and friends Shaquise Neal, Edgar Monplaisir, and Carl Tart, friend of the show. Culture Kings is like The View, but with black men. It's a show for the culture, by the culture, and about the culture. Who's the culture? Well, black people, but also just people. Each week, Shaquise, Edgar, and Carl dive into topics ranging from sports and music to movies and style to the best way to eat a taco and whether or not Bruno Mars is the next Michael Jackson. New episodes of Culture Kings release every Wednesday. Listen and subscribe on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen.
Comedy bang bang, 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 comedy bang bang.
Squirrel, was your father a squirrel? Because you are also a squirrel. Welcome to Comedy Bang Bang. Thanks to Shampoodler, catchphrase superstar Shampoodler, for that catchphrase submission, and welcome to the show for another week. We are deep in Febby-Debby at this point, and coming right up, honestly, on Valentine's Day, and if I've said it once, I've said it a million times, Valentine's Day is for lovers. Coming up right around the corner, and Scott Aukerman is my name, and we have several incredible guests coming up on the show. A little later, we have a dental hygienist. That's exciting. We're going to be speaking all about the mouth, I would imagine. I'm sure we'll cover other parts of the body, like if she were to bring up fingers, I wouldn't be like, hey, let's keep it above the jawline. But primarily, I think we're going to be talking about the mouth and what goes on in the mouth. Also, and this is incredible, we have a very special guest coming up later in the show to talk about the Oscars, which it's not only we're in Febby-Debby and right around the corner from Valentine's Day, but what are you doing? You doing a mic check before? Before, was that what that was? If you rewind and you hear just a little that was our first guest doing a little mic check to make sure that he could hear. Now, okay, and I'll get to our upcoming Oscar predictions, but if it wasn't working, I understand. But if it was working, which it was, why do you think the show would want to be interrupted by someone going choo choo choo?
I apologize. I don't know
like
what
you're not thinking.
I know.
You didn't think it through at this point,
well,
right?
I thought you wouldn't hear it. Like maybe I could do it
if the mic was not working, and then there would be a problem.
Either way, I thought it was so quiet that you're in talking and you got all this stuff in your mind that
very audible to me.
I wanted to see if my mic was on. Is all I wanted to see. For what reason I don't know. So I went.
There are so many better ways. You point at our engineer Cody over here and point at the mic and go, am I on?
The thing about me, when I'm wrong, I admit it, and that's what I'm famous for.
I appreciate that. You admit it, but you will not apologize for it. Because I have not heard an apology out of you. I apologize. Thank you very much.
I apologize. When I make a mistake, I admit it. And I apologize for it.
And then you wait
and that's what I'm famous
a long time
for.
and then apologize.
Exactly. You know the deal.
You know his voice, I'm sure.
Wow.
He's been on this show many times since the beginning. He has a wonderful new special that's newish, a couple weeks old.
It's literally yesterday it dropped.
Todd, this comes out February 12th.
Fuck, I'm sorry. 12th. Okay.
How many times do I have to say it?
You know what? Obviously, one more than last time.
He has a wonderful new-ish special that came out on Netflix a couple of weeks ago. Nod if you agree.
I do.
Called Todd Glass, The Art of the Smile.
No,
isn't it something
happy.
Like that? Act happy. Please welcome back to the show our good friend Todd Glass. Hi, Todd.
Hi. I couldn't be happier to be here.
Mm-hmm. Or at least you're acting happy, which is the title of your special.
I am. I'm giddy when I get like 2 blocks away. You
get excited.
I do. Like going to Disneyland when you're going to do a fun podcast.
This is like podcast Disneyland.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of podcasts, like doing WTF, I would imagine, is like podcast DMV.
Right.
You know what I mean? And this is podcast Disneyland, right?
You gotta go sit in the barn.
Welcome back to the show, Todd.
Thank you.
Todd, you're one of my favorite comedians, modern day, still alive, still doing it above 50. So,
not yet, but close.
Oh, really? You're close to 50? I know that's a lot of qualifiers, but that's just how I feel.
Thank you.
And I watched your special, and
Did you really?
I did really. Yes.
Wow.
What a special! What a special! This is an hour and 2 minutes, I believe, and it just flies by. Just flies by.
Thank you.
You know,
I was actually proud. I mean, because it was a year ago when it was shot, so you changed.
a full year,
Yeah.
365 days or so.
And
Really?
a lot of bits changed, but I watched it, I only saw it on my phone for a long time as edits were being made, and but I saw it in a big screen at Jamie Flam's new theater, the Hayworth Theater, by the way, just absurdly beautiful. And it was fun to see it on the big screen. And it was everything I wanted it to be. Like literally the guy, Jeff Rowe and Scott Moran, who directed it, just like, I now understand why people profusely thank people, because never in my life has anyone taken an idea I had and did every single thing I wanted, from the look, from the editing. They were just, I was in awe.
Todd, I worry that you think I'm giving you an award.
I know. I'm trying to. People listen to the podcast.
All I did was I said you have a special coming out, and suddenly it's like you're out here thanking people. You're,
I am.
like nothing is. I'm not
What
giving
should
you.
I talk about when you reference it? What should
I
I,
don't know.
talk
What-
about?
what-
I'm in a pissy mood, Scott. You come at me
You're
with
in a
your
pissy mood. You just said this is like going to
not
podcast
anymore.
Disneyland.
Not anymore. After you try to do bad crowd work on me, you're better than that. You're doing shit crowd work, and what that is, you manipulate the truth. You manipulate the truth to just make it for you. I will not sit in front of you and do shit crowd work. You asked me about the special, and I elaborated on it. From what I understand, that's what people like. From when I talk to anybody who hosts a show, including a TV show, and I go, sorry for my long answer, they go, hey, that's what we love. The worst thing we want is to ask a guest something, and they go, yeah. You asked me a question, and I gave kudos to people that took something that was near and dear to my heart and brought it to life.
Kudos.
And you are going to poke fun of me?
Big scary dogs to you.
You're lucky
Look,
I don't walk out of here right now
I
kill myself out on the Sunset Strip.
Really? Is that
mean,
what you would do?
Well,
Is that how you would do it?
No, I like being here too much.
Yeah. Look, to be honest, I wish you would clam up a little more.
Thank
I'm
you.
sort of the opposite of those shows.
All right, ask me again.
Okay, so tell me about your show.
It's on Netflix,
Done.
and I love it. Scott Moran and Jeff Rowe did a beautiful
now
job
you're
directing
thanking
it.
people again. Stop it. I watched this special, and to me, it's like, you know how a lot of times, and you probably have a lot of, and I know you have a lot of theories about comedy, let alone the spaces that it's shown in. But to me, sometimes when you go to see comedy, a lot of people like to go see comedy and they'll go with their significant others, and they'll laugh at something happening because it's like, yes, this is how we feel. And watching your special is a lot like watching someone and going, oh, that's how he feels, and he's insane.
No! Can I tell you? First of all, you couldn't be. What a great observation, because sometimes in my act, when I'm doing jokes lately, I go, folks, sometimes in comedy, I just want to let you know this. You laugh at comedy. I've said this on stage because you're like, oh, that's what we do. And that's still always at the base is going to be a fun part about comedy.
Right.
But in this next thing that I'm about to talk about, you're not going to relate, but you're going to go, oh my God, does he really think that? I go, either way, it'll always be enjoyable, whatever I do. It'll be like, we do that too, or I can't believe he does that. So don't think because you don't do it that it's, oh, that joke didn't work. So
That's a lot of what watching the show is like. I don't relate to any of this. Todd is a very strange person, but it's so funny that I can't argue with it.
my opinion on a lot of things.
I really enjoyed it. It's a glimpse into the insanity of your mind. But you're doing it all in the form of relatable comedy. You're quite often saying, "Isn't this annoying when this happens?" And then it's something that
Who doesn't put a dimmer on the refrigerator light? You know, like stuff like that. People
love
like, I don't. Does this guy? Would he not like me?
Speaking of lights, because you do a lot of light-based comedy.
Well, I do a lot of atmosphere.
Sure, yeah, a lot of like, is the room too cold? Is the lights too bright? You mentioned in the special, Subway you think is too bright.
I think late at night. Hey, look, if I called the corporate Subway, and they said, how's business? And they went,
is this a call they would take and a question they would answer?
Maybe.
Hey guys, how's business?
They would. If I found out, let's say I had a friend of mine, somehow I could find out, actually Subway's doing better than they want. Do they want to make more money? Of course, everyone does, but no, they're doing great. I'd be like, okay, I'll leave you alone. But I would imagine I go by Subways all the time. They're open 24 hours a day.
There's a lot of them.
And they're not lines coming out the door. So I would think they could all do better. It's
not like Pink's hot dogs where there's so many of them. If
they could lower the lights and it would do better. I guarantee you. I guarantee you that when it's late at night or just anywhere, make it more conducive.
I'm telling you.
And I'm not wrong.
I think you are wrong because I listen to that chunk and I'm like, what Todd is not getting is the bright lights are intentional because it has to do with people's perception of the cleanliness of the restaurant. Have you ever been in a restaurant and it's super dark and you're like, they're hiding the roaches? That's why they make them super bright.
Okay, great. Well, you're wrong. And, a lot of people think they're right, and someone's got to... You might go, well, why does there have to be a right or a wrong? Can't there be different... All I'm saying is if you were to go into a Subway late at night, like, say, at 5 p.m., they dim the lights... you would start going like, this place is dirty. You're going to an extreme, which I would probably agree with. But I don't think if you turned them down 30%.
30%?
You're coming in, well, they're already, it's like the delis, it's like the meat section at Vaughn's.
Yes. When you go to Vaughn's and you're looking at the meat section, you want to inspect the meat. You want it to seem like, oh wow, look at all this clean meat. Look at it, there are no germs here.
Scott, let's put it this way. If people came over my house for a get together and they came over your house and they asked which one was better, they're going to say mine.
Well, I've never been invited to your place.
Well, that's not true.
That is very true.
No, it isn't.
Well, I came over a couple of times early on in our friendship.
Well, you're big now. Every time I call you, I got to call your assistant, and then she puts me with a guy with the radio, and then they page you at I'll give you. Actually, I don't want to do bad crowd work to you.
Okay.
You're actually a very, very good at returning texts and calls.
I do.
Are you with everybody? Because
there's nothing better than receiving a text from Todd Glass because I just know the fun is about to begin.
Thank you. So I'm very passionate about the atmosphere thing, but look,
you do a lot of what I call scolding comedy, where you scold.
Well, you know what? You're not so far off because
I'm dead on.
I'm just talking to somebody else. Because you're right. I said, socially, one night on stage, I was doing my act and I took a drink of water and I go, I just realized something. This is about 5 months ago. And I go, socially, I try to be very forward because it involves being kind and nice to other people and considering their plight on this planet. And there, I try to be very socially evolved and try to grow. But then when it comes to other shit, I have zero tolerance.
Zero tolerance comedy.
Zero tolerance. Is your bathroom light too bright? Well, lower it, you pile of shit. But
the slightest thing in your comedy will just set you off.
I'm an atmosphere bully.
Yeah, you are an atmosphere bully.
And I will say, I have many times where I've got to put a little... I'll give you an example.
Sure.
Look, you don't know if I'm telling the truth or not, but I'm telling you, I don't really want things my way. I want them the more comfortable way for people. In other words, a lot of times
your way happens to be in your mind the right way,
and I think proved over a period of years. A lot of times when I get on stage, I'll say to the to the sound guy or the light guy. Now you
would do this anytime you did one of my shows. Yes, I know.
I'll be like, hey, can we bring the lights down now? Right. I am not joking. Like, look, we can disagree, but you can have even a discussion with someone, disagree with them, but no, at least they're not lying. I'm not lying. I'm not making this up. Overwhelmingly, if I had to put a number on it, 70% of the time, when I say bring the lights down, when we're at a club where they're egregiously too high, not in between, no big deal. It doesn't have to be exactly my way for me to go after. When I'm talking about you're on stage and you're like, what the fuck? And it's bouncing off the stage into the crowd, and I go, hey, could you bring the lights down? There's an audible sigh from the audience. Like, they'll be like, oh, like, yeah, what? You're in the dark where you prefer to be? And, it's obvious. And I go, is the sigh because you like it or you don't? They go, we like it. You hear like 30 people murmur through the audience. So if it wasn't, I don't think I would. I think if every time I did that, I heard the crowd go, oh, or I said, turn them up, I want it to be right. And I talk about this in the special. I know sometimes people go, all right, with atmosphere, but enough. But I say in the special because I mean it. If I would have said what Virgin American did with lighting, a lot of people, and I'm going to mimic my
You're talking about the airplanes.
Yeah, with the blue lighting.
Blue lights instead
I know people like you who, look, let me say this. I think we both have an affection for each other, and really
somewhat, yeah. I mean, we have a relationship, certainly, an acquaintanceship,
a good one.
Yeah.
So when
I would
say this,
more positive than negative.
Of course. And when I say this, I say it with all due respect, that if I would have come to you a year ago, you've been hanging at my house, and you talk about ideas. Hey,
Not
if
invited,
I got on Shark Tank, if I did this, if I went, the airline should lower the lights. Everyone would have a ball. Like, oh, Todd.
We'd all be like, Todd, more of your light stuff.
More of your lights. That's what the airline should do. And it. Like, if you can get out of the way of yourself and going, I probably would tease Todd. I wouldn't go, that's a great idea. But when Virgin did it, everybody went, well, it's true. No one's complaining. No one's going, what I don't like about them? How you enter and there's softer lighting and you don't have to feel and look like shit and the music's good and it's all blue. It's all blue. But if I would have suggested it, people would have thought, all right, just relax. But they did it. They did it. Do you like Virgin American?
It's fine.
It's fine. Well, maybe you don't give a shit. Maybe, no, that's an aggressive way to say it. Maybe you don't care about that as much as
the lights don't have as much of an effect on my life as they do on you because you are very vain and you... people's perception of you is very important to you, and
this has nothing to do with that.
By the way,
I'd like to come to one of your parties.
Going to see Todd,
I've never been invited.
You have not been invited?
No, I have.
Going to see Todd Glass in a theater, audible sighs. That's what you're going to get. You're going to get an audience just going,
well, now I have the lights the way I want them because I get there a day early.
By the way, I do have to admit, when I was watching your special, having had this experience with you of having my own show that I had at M-Bar in the UCB theater where you were never happy with the lights because I like them a little brighter than you like them because I enjoy watching the audience and seeing everyone laughing. All I could think about was, for television lighting, you need to light the audience a little more because we need to see them for all these cutaways. You must have been just furious and livid.
Matter of fact, I was thrilled. I'm being an honest answer because I knew that we had to see them for cutaways. And also, I didn't want the cutaways just where they're laughing. I liked that Scott also did cutaways.
There was a cutaway of a woman just staring in confusion. You think it was taking it in?
I thought it was taking it in. I just said, I like those. I saw it on Rory's special where it was just someone sort of taking it in. It didn't have to be laughing, but overwhelmingly there are cuts of people laughing. And I liked what the director said. He goes, because I told him how I wanted the lighting, and I go,
I bet you did.
You can't have it on the most important day of your life. Go, the audience is certainly important. Go, hey, on that day, let's make the audience where they're uncomfortable. Now, I know in the 80s it was absurdly bright. No one does it that bright anymore. Everyone's brought them down a little. But in the old days, it was like, and then he said something, Jeff, he goes, you know what? When we cut to the audience, let's say 100% is the brightest the audience could be. And let's say they're just at half of that. And 50. He said it right up my alley. He goes, you'll still know what they're fucking doing. You cut to someone in the audience and they're clapping their hand and their head's going back. Oh, they're fucking laughing. It doesn't matter if you can't see every color on their shirt. They're in the dark where they were at every club on the planet, every theater on the planet. The audience is sitting in the dark. So on my special, when I cut the audience, right in the fucking dark, that's where I want them. Not light, not bright. How much do you have to see somebody where you know, oh, what did they just cut to? Does anybody on the planet go, oh, they just cut to something in the audience. What was that guy or girl doing? Everybody fucking knows they're laughing. So put them in the dark where they belong.
So was this an argument you were having with him?
No, I love the guy. I knew he was right up my alley because he's like, I agree with you. It doesn't have to be brighter than it was in real life.
All right.
Why am I sweating?
Because you're about to have a second heart attack. What is happening here?
Don't edit that out.
Edit what out?
I never had a heart attack.
Oh,
and
you
made
talk
that
about
up.
it in your special.
Well, because I think that was an edit mistake.
Watching your special, I had a question.
Let me calm down.
Do you calm down a little bit? Let's talk about it a little bit. Do you really not understand man caves? You seem to not understand the whole concept of them.
I feel like I'm being interrogated.
You say in the special, you're like, do you really want to not be around your wife? You need a separate room to be.
You know what? I do agree with that. I do. I stand by that.
Don't you really agree? It's like the majority of your home has to be decorated tastefully, and maybe one room where you can put up trophies and sports memorabilia.
I think there's people. Maybe it's the word. I get it. Like, can I have a room? But I don't know. That just
what if you just called it an office? Like, this is my office, and it's got
you can do whatever you want.
We don't have to put on airs for company. You know,
Yeah, but why man? Why not? If I just said, we have a room. Look, I always do think, I'll do a joke and I'll think there's someone in the audience that's going to drive home with someone and go, he made fun of man caves.
Well, that you mentioned this in your show that you don't do that one joke about
above the ground pools.
Above the ground pools anymore, because if someone were to have an above the ground pool, they'd feel bad driving home.
Yeah, like what is
why are you taking down man caves?
Because I said, you know what, it's like, maybe this other joke explains it better. It's the intensity, maybe. Like, I have a joke in my act about a guy on HGTV that walks around going, where am I going to put my TV? Where am I going to put my TV? And I don't want everybody in the audience, for what it's worth, to think, wait, I want a TV. Is this guy? And I always say that. I go, if you want a TV.
Honestly, I watched that and I was like feeling a little bad about wondering where I would put my TV when I bought my house. I was like, Todd Glass, I guess his comedy makes me feel bad.
Thank you. It's the intensity. It's the intensity that you want a TV. The guys walking around that show on HGTV on House Hunters, every single shot. I put my TV there? Should I put my TV there? And eventually I go, shut up. You don't buy the biggest purchase of your life wondering where you're going to put your stupid TV. And I say, you're going to make a horrible father. I'm quoting from the act. People go, well, why is that? If I want a TV, it makes me a horrible father? No, the intensity that you want it. And it's the man cave. It's not...
The title man cave is too intense. It's too sexist almost.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, like why don't you just say, like, I don't know, it just seems like it's based on a very old-fashioned relationship.
I get it.
You know what I mean? Like, not a room to have fun with my friends and do it. I don't know any of my friends that are happily married, guy, girl, that want a room.
These are all the combinations that I can think of.
Sure, I'm very open-minded. That just the word man cave, it just sort of rubs me the wrong way. But look, I get it, I want a man cave. I don't know. But you know what? I'm sure there's people I love that have that and references that. So it's not my big beef. I don't want to be one of those guys that, argues over who's got the better pizza, New York or LA. Oh, they can both be. You can like different pizzas. Shut up, both of you.
So that really bothers you. I don't mean to rile you up. It seems like every question I'm asking is riling you up. I just wanted to ask about your special.
Say something nice about it.
I mean, it was...
What did you love about it?
Honestly, what I love about it...
That's not comedy, though.
No, if you watch this special, you're going to get a comedy special unlike any other special, any other comedy special that you've seen on that show. Now, is that a good thing? To some, probably.
Yeah.
To others, they'll be like, this isn't comedy.
Can I tell you, if you were a reviewer, like nationwide, I don't know if I get the best review from you. I mean, God. Luckily, people know we have a friendship, because other than this, I think you're talking people out of watching it.
I mean,
basically, if you like a man cave or you don't like the lighting's bright, this special's going to make you feel like shit. Todd Glass.
Look, honestly, I feel like comedy specials in general are a waste of time for people. I think
you disagreed with something else I said. I don't think, I really do. I'm starting to wonder. I wonder if a lot of the stuff I said, even if it was social, which is some of it's just, just like atmospheric stuff. Right. I think you disagree with me in a lot of it. You're watching it. You love me. You think I'm funny.
Honestly, I really like you. But a lot of what you talk about, I just, I have a strong stance against.
I know. I could tell. Why are you picketers outside your studio that say don't watch Todd Glass?
No, it is as specials go, done by Todd Glass. I think it's a great one. You honestly have a live band. You have so many things that you do. There's reverb. Fans of this show will be glad that there's a lot of reverb.
I have so much reverb. I spent a lot of money on reverb. I got the best reverb guy.
Best reverb guy. It's a special unlike any other, and I think you're going to like it. It's called Todd Glass. I'm smiling now.
Act Happy.
Act Happy, sorry. And it's on Netflix.com.
Well, not Netflix.com. It's streaming on Netflix.
Sure, but if you were to go to a computer and type in Netflix.com,
yes.
I'm sure it would come up. Can we at least agree on that?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. Good. Netflix, it's a big fucking joke over there. They wanted me to hashtag that.
The Netflix is a joke thing.
It's a big joke. I guess it's a big joke over at Netflix.
What does that mean? What are they doing there?
They're doing what's right, and their studios are right across from here.
We don't want anyone knowing where we are here. No, we don't.
Well, not when I say right across. Where are we? We're in Yorba Linda, right?
Right. Thank you. right by the Nixon Library.
Right. Sure. Oh, there you can see it out that window.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
There's Richard Nixon.
There he
is. He still?
Is he? I know. Honestly, do you think that? What U.S. presidents? Sometimes I like to quiz you.
I'm aware. I think of all this.
Okay.
I know.
What U.S. presidents are still with us, still alive.
I know that because of what's been going on. Like they're getting together. So
Sure.
I know that.
Who do you got?
I know that President Carter.
President Carter's still with
alive,
us.
and I know that both, obviously, Bushes are alive.
Okay.
And then I know that Kennedy? No, Clinton.
Clinton. Good.
I know Kennedy's not. I'm not that. And then Clinton is alive, and then
Are there any more, or is that it? Don't look at us.
I think that's it.
That's it.
Well, Donald Trump is alive.
Right. Okay. So that's it. So those
Yes.
are okay.
Yeah.
And you are correct.
Right.
Yes. Obama died probably 2 weeks ago.
Jesus, my favorite one actually.
Really? Who's your favy?
Well, I liked it. I have an affection for him. Yes, that's my new favorite word to use.
Affection.
He doesn't, there's things I adamantly disagreed, I'm sure that he did, but overwhelmingly, I think history is going to write him. Same as Jimmy Carter, even when they take in his flaws, because that's what the history does in some time. You can take the flaws, you can take the positive
You take the
things.
good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the facts of life.
Exactly.
The facts of life.
So I think I really do believe when history writes itself, they're going to go, like kids are going to go, with all the opposition, how did he get anything done? And they're going to go, well, yeah, he got a lot done for,
Incisive political commentary with Todd Glass.
Todd Glass, sure.
Yes, thank you so much for being here. We always love having you on. You can stick around, right?
Of course I
We have
can.
other guests. I would love to hear what questions you have for them.
I have a question for the dental hygienist when
Oh, good. What do you got?
well, I always
Give us a little preview
I
of
used to
this
have a
question.
joke in my act, and I was wondering if she would take
You
offense
used
to
to
it.
do jokes, yeah. I
used to
noticed
do
that.
jokes.
I was watching the show, and I was
Scott,
like, Todd used to do jokes.
You're gonna really
Hit the nail on the head?
You're gonna boy, would I love to know the joke in my special that annoyed you. Something rubbed you the wrong way. To George Carlin, and that's my safe word. I think something rubbed you the wrong way. What was it? The lighting, the social issues. Oh, I bet you're one of those guys that still uses the word retarded, aren't you?
Hey, come on!
Yeah.
You do have a big chunk in your act about that.
Yeah.
I love it. It's Todd Glass, unhinged. He's off the chain.
Wow.
This is pure Todd Glass. This is unadulterated Todd Glass. This is like a hypodermic of Todd Glass just stuck in your arm, and you're mainlining Todd Glass. So if you like Todd Glass, this is an hour of what you like about him.
Wow. I just peed my pants.
Really?
That's so
That's not
exciting.
good.
The dental hygienist.
What is your?
name?
She's not here yet. We haven't introduced her. So go ahead and.
No, I was going
what
to
is?
ask you what her name was.
Yeah. Well, her name's Becky.
Becky. Oh, I
Yeah.
have a joke in my act, and I wonder if it was rude for dental hygienists.
What is the joke?
I used
And
to
we'll-
say, do you think someone that's a dental hygienist, and no disrespect at all, but like, because you're picking your teeth, sometimes you have to pick your teeth, floss, pick shit out of your
Yeah.
teeth. I wonder if they go, like, I love this, I could do this all day, and then they become a dental hygienist. And
Right.
then
So if I have an interest in flossing my own teeth, flossing is kind of fun, isn't it?
I didn't floss till when I was 30, so because I never knew how bad, I never knew how important it was.
I gotta say, if you're flossing and like it's really satisfying when you get something out of it. Like when you're like, oh, that's a big chunk that's been sitting there.
And it smells.
Yeah. That's the
does
good
it
stuff.
smell.
You know what I mean?
You think I could have had that in my mouth all day? It's probably like the extracting of, which I know is gross, but I'm not the extracting of a
You're pointing at your face right now. You're
pimple.
pointing at your cheek.
the
pimple. Yes,
yeah, when
pimple.
you get it out.
You
It's
just
like,
get
God
one out.
damn it, son of a bitch.
Yeah, I've always thought that that's not what you should do with them, but sometimes it's good to get the oil out. I don't know. Do
Well, when
know
you have
about-
that tool, how about that tool that presses right around
Oh,
it and
yeah.
goes, makes it pop right out?
Yeah, what tool is that?
It's I don't know what the name of it is, but they use it in the dermatologist,
Right.
Or they use it at the what's it called where you get like a facial.
Porno?
No, whatever it does, esthetician, an esthetician.
Right. Oh, esthetician. All right. Well, speaking of interesting jobs, we're going to go to a break, but we're going to have a couple of great guests. Todd has calmed down. He got very, very heated. He, quite honestly, this has been a hot show here.
It's a hot show.
And it's really woken people up. A lot of people listen to this Monday mornings first thing as they're driving to work. So
Right. Maybe they drive by my billboard of Melrose. Now, why do you bring that up?
I don't think I.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you brought it up. I swear. I thought you just brought it up. I'm
Oh
sorry.
no, that was you actually. Yeah.
You know what? You're probably right, but I don't want to. I don't have to debate.
Right. How is that? Is that fun for you to have a billboard?
Is it wrong to say yes?
No, it's not wrong at all.
Yes, it was very. I wanted to go eat dinner under it. Which.
Just like set up a little picnic table.
Well, there's
right
a restaurant
underneath,
across the street on Melrose, and go just take it in
and just like sit outside and keep pointing up to the sky. And,
every time maybe hope the service is bad and say, "Do you know who I am?"
and then point
up to that billboard.
That's the only time you could ever do that.
That's the only time I could ever do that.
Oh, you should do that.
But yeah, it was very. It was exciting.
Yeah, it's
I've
exciting.
Never had a billboard.
This is your first one.
First, you've had a billboard.
I've had 2 in my life, and the first time. It was so exciting. There was one in New York. I went to New York and took a picture under it. And the second time
for the show, right?
For the show, yeah. And the second time there were like 14 of them all around L.A. and I never got to see them.
Oh yeah, it was exciting.
I got a map of them. Even someone sent me a map, and I never had time to go see them.
I saw them around L.A.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very nice of you. You should have eaten dinner under it. Do you know who my friend is? All right, we need to go to a break. When we come back, we have Oscar predictions. We have a dental hygienist. This is a hot show. Todd's probably going to get angry about something. We'll be right back with more Comedy Bang Bang after this. I tell you, it happened to me last night. I was at the, don't want to brag, but the WGA Awards. Probably losing. I'm recording this in advance. But it happens to the best of us and the worst of us and everyone in between. You got a special event coming up, and you're like, "What am I going to wear?" It's like a dark thundercloud that follows you around, like just pressure on you. What am I going to wear? What am I going to wear for a wedding? Someone else's wedding? Your own wedding? Crashing a wedding? Remember Wedding Crashers? That's funny. You got to wear a tux for any of these occasions, and everyone wants to look as great as their date at a wedding or a special event. But the trouble is, there's no way that you want to spend the amount of time or money that she did shopping for her outfit. Well, theblacktux.com is your answer. With high-quality rental suits and tuxedos delivered where? To the tux shop? Yeah, I bet they deliver them to the tux shop, and you have to go pick them up. No! How stupid would that be? Then you would go into the tux shop and just get something that they have. No, that's dumb. You're dumb for thinking that. No, it's delivered right to your door, not your neighbor's, not your best friend, unless you live with your best friend, as I do. It's a wonderful situation to be in. My best friend Steve moved in the other day. Theblacktux.com is the answer. They deliver it right to your doorstep. The Black Tux. It's the easy way to rent suits and tuxedos online. The Black Tux lets you create your look, or you can choose from tons of stylist-selected outfits. Suits, if you're out there in the market for suits, they usually retail for what? Like, Kevin over here is wearing one. Looks to be, on him, $400? No, what'd you pay for that? Don't turn the mic on. Just flash me numbers. What'd you pay for that? $800. No. You're clenching your fist like you're going to hit me. What, $80? You paid $80? Look, this is not part of the ad here, because they want me to say suits usually retail for $1,200. But Kevin over here spent $80, and honestly, did you get pants with it, or no, he didn't even get pants. He doesn't, he looks classy compared to Kevin. But he should be spending $1,200 for a suit, honestly, if he wants to look good. But at the Black Tux, they just start at $95. $95. Why aren't you just renting from the Black Tux every day? Well, you should do, you slob. Expert customer care has your back every step of the way. It's done completely online. And with the Black Tux free home try-on, you can see the fit and feel the quality of your suit months before your event. After you order the suit, that's a weird way to say that. After you order your suit is going to arrive 14 days before your event. If anything is less than perfect, the Black Tux is going to send you a free replacement right away. You got plenty of time. When your event is over, all you do is you drop your rental back in the mail, shipping free both ways. To get $20 off your purchase, that's less than what Kevin spent. Visit theblacktux.com/bangbang. That is theblacktux.com/bangbang. You're going to get $20 off your purchase. The Black Tux, premium rental suits and tuxedos delivered. It's weird that we have hair on our face, isn't it? It's a strange thing when you think about it. It's like it grows on the face, but not other places. I mean, I don't know. Some people it's everywhere, but the face, we all got it. But there has to be a way to get rid of this. Oh, wait, there already is. Otherwise, everyone would have long Methuselah beards. No, of course, shaving. So what's the best shaving experience that you have ever had? It could be your father teaching you how to shave for the first time with his very own razor that he passes on to you. Gross. It could be going into the old barber chair and saying, hey, while you look at those dirty magazines while you're waiting to go in, and then you go in and he lathers you up. I don't know. For me, the best shaving experience for me, Harry's. Yeah, that's right, Harry's. They sent me a bunch of their stuff. It's just too good. The quality of the blades, the closeness of the shave, the glide. Oh, Harry's, it's all about a great shave, but more importantly, I guess, at a fair price. I think about it. Every swoop of that blade, I think about, oh, I'm saving money. Oh, I love it. I'm saving money. Harry's has stripped out all of the unnecessary features and the unnecessary costs to deliver customers one perfect razor at an amazing price. In fact, with Harry's, you're going to get quality blades for just $2 each compared to the $4+ you'll pay at the drugstore. And then they keep it behind the glass that you have to go talk to someone and you feel emasculated like, I'm going to shave, Daddy. Will you please let me buy razors? None of that. None of that. And all their products are backed by a 100% quality guarantee, which is great because a lot of people, they give you a 25% quality guarantee. But Harry's is 100. No wonder that over 3 million guys have switched to Harry's. Harry's is so confident, in fact, that you're going to love their blades, they will give you their trial shave set for free when you sign up at harrys.com/bangbang. All you do is you just pay for shipping. Claim your free trial offer from Harry's today. It's a $13 value. How many out there are like, I don't care about $13. I care about $13. I don't want to go throwing it away. A $13 value for free when you sign up. Just cover the shipping. Your free trial set includes a weighted ergonomic razor handle, 5 precision-engineered blades with a lubricating strip and trimmer blade, rich lathering shave gel, a travel blade cover. To get your free trial set, go to harrys.com/bangbang right now. That is harrys.com/bangbang. Comedy Bang Bang, we're back here. Todd Glass. Todd Glass has a special out called Todd Glass. It's not one of those titles that really sticks in the brain.
It's called the title I wanted.
Yeah, what was the title you wanted?
Suck My Pigeon Dick.
All right, you say that in the show,
but they wouldn't let me. Call it that. And then when I saw the billboard, I went, maybe that's a good idea.
Yeah, probably because there's pigeons
right
on the billboard.
They get offended. That's all you need. Act happy.
Act happy. Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's okay. I'll try to remember that.
I know it's all right.
It's tough, but you can just search Todd Glass.
You remember it now?
I do have to say, though, I have on my Apple TV, I have one of those voice control things, and I said, find Todd Glass, and nothing came up.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. What do you...
I don't know. What do you attribute that to?
You making that up.
Maybe. Okay. We need to get to our next guest, and it's Oscar season, and this is you. Do you like the Oscars, Todd?
I get excited, yeah.
Do you have a party at the Oscars?
No.
Would you ever invite me?
Of course I would.
If you did have one? All right. Oscar season is right around the corner. I mean, we're in the midst of it, and the Oscars are in a few weeks, and our next guest, we're going to be talking about the Oscars, perhaps some Oscar predictions, and his microphone is certainly on. No testing necessary. Please welcome to the show, Winston Churchill.
Yeah, this grave occasion is forced upon us, as you know, Scott, when a podcast reaches a point of crisis, when it cannot go any further. A new prime minister could be brought in to rescue it from its darkest hour. Prime Minister, second only to the host in power, Your Majesty.
Welcome to the show. God, that was almost as loud as Todd. He's drinking from a...
Drinking, yes, brandy and gin and bacon, indeed.
What do you call that drink?
I call it a Churchill.
Winston Churchill, it's so good to see you. I thought you were passed away.
Yes, indeed I did.
A lot like Obama.
I am summoned in times of dark depths of film crisis when our very industry is threatened.
Which industry is this? Is this the film industry?
The film industry
What do you-
threatened by a grave danger.
If you're the real...
And that danger is Dunkirk.
Oh, aren't you in Dunkirk?
I am not in Dunkirk. I am in the darkest tower.
I know you're in the darkest hour, but I feel like they take your orders at least in Dunkirk.
Dunkirk was stolen from the darkest hour. It was a film that was ripped from our reels and metastasized into a disaster.
But you weren't in the darkest hour. You're just... This is getting very confusing.
I am. It is a documentary picture. You understand?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
They snuck film cameras back?
We live in a universe with many wormholes. The actions of the voters of your academy today hold sway over the legions and armies of 70 years ago.
Okay, so you're...
Is the logic laid out enough to proceed?
That's enough for me, yeah.
Yes, just a series of predictions that I would like to
So you
make.
have some you have some Academy Award predictions.
I wouldn't say predictions, although I already
You just
have.
did, yeah.
But so there are some regrets that I have, among them misspeaking now and then.
Sure.
And also perhaps a genocide here and there. But I would like in this dark matter to say that if we do not award the darkest hour the best picture of 2017, then this industry shall collapse, and all the subsequent pictures shall not come true.
Okay.
that's not...
I don't know. I mean...
Are you doubting the logic or
No,
what
you seem a little biased. I mean, the real Winston Churchill, I don't know what he cares about the film industry. I'm starting to think that maybe you are Gary Oldman who just can't get out of character.
These are the dreams of the West shall never come back. Our empire is founded upon winning an Oscar every year, whether the movie is good or not.
Oh. Now, Gary,
That is all we have. We surrendered an empire. All we have is the goddamn Oscar movies because no one watches them. Yeah, I can always count on Lord Glass.
Wow.
Todd, you have
a question?
Todd, you've spoken before about the lights going low.
Oh, yeah.
We face a crisis where perhaps the lights could be dimmed completely across all of Europe because of Mr. Hitler and his alliance with Christopher Nolan. And the film Dunkirk, celebrating the retreat of this British army from the Nazis.
That you ordered, and you ordered it in the movie Darkest Hour.
I did not order it. It was forced upon me in the middle of it. I came through it here.
Stop it. Can we talk about other categories?
Tables offer banging and jowls offer jowling.
Can we talk about other categories here? Like Best Actor, who do you...
Best Act, well, of course, there is a contender. We can all agree on this. Daniel Day-Lewis does not stay in character nearly enough during the Phantom Thread.
I would imagine that once he stopped filming that role,
the entire performance of Phantom Thread unraveled.
Right.
At once.
So, but you, Gary Oldman, have stayed in character.
Oh.
You've stayed in
I am Winston Churchill, and I have a thriving acting career beyond this performance as Gary Oldman. Thank you very much.
I don't know. You're still wearing the fat suit. Honestly, when I watched you in...
This is not a fat suit. I lose weight aggressively when I must accept an award.
Honestly, when I was watching the film The Darkest Hour, I was like, this is like watching The Clumps. You know what I mean? It's like he's wearing a fat suit. We're all like, oh, this is a cool trick, you know? But
You're wearing the Clumps, but with one character, but many voices and pitches available.
that's true. Okay, describe your 3 or 4 different voices.
Well, there is one voice. There is one voice which you might recognize from some of my early film work.
What's that?
Well, I was the voice of Quado in Total Recall, and that is voice number 1 for Winston Churchill.
So you got Quado down low.
Open your minds to me.
Okay.
They edited out my bowler hat.
So then you take it up a little bit. It's no longer Quado when you take it up slightly in pitch.
When it is going up and talent.
How is that?
It's not good for the listeners, I'll tell you that.
Yes, this podcast, I cannot promise anything but grating. Several more hours of intense, painful listening, but it must be done to save our empire. We promise to fight.
You fight the other nominees?
Until the end.
For the right to party.
Yes.
You fight for the right to party? Because I know the Beastie Boys.
Gentlemen, we promise to fight until the final envelope. We shall fight with our screeners.
What are you going to...
We shall fight... This is the big speech.
Oh, sorry.
We shall fight in the pages of the trade papers. We shall fight with growing confidence on the billboards of the Sunset Strip and Melrose Avenue. We shall wage a whispering campaign against the crews and producers of Dunkirk. We shall never give up. There will always be a focus features.
Wow. That was so loud. Is that the hallmark of a good speech, being loud?
Yes. That's one of the things I teach in my acting class.
You teach acting,
Yes.
Winston Churchill.
Tinkling of ice cubes.
Loud.
Lighting of cigars.
Sure.
Constantly, every scene, something to clip and clap about.
The smoke in here is
It's a little much, yeah.
I must warn you that an Tonya curtain has fallen across the whole of Europe.
What do you see for best documentary?
Yeah, but of course the best documentary
This is The Darkest Hour. I'm sorry.
Darkest Hour.
Animated short?
Boss baby. Where?
You were a boss baby, I can imagine.
I was a boss baby.
Did you always talk like this?
Yes, and I used to have a charity that I used to start Twitter fights from, just like Mr. Baldwin as well. The Churchill Foundation for screaming at people online.
It's a deep cut, but very important to you, it seems.
Yes, very, just to get that little jab in.
Sure. And what about best song, best nominated song? There wasn't one for Darkest Hour.
Well, there was a Darkest Hour song.
Really?
It was unfortunately cut for time and for freedom.
For time, because normally they just play them over the credits, and I noticed the credits didn't have anything over them. They were just totally silent.
We decided that the song was a bit too up-tempo for us. The Darkest Hour.
What was it exactly?
It's the darkest hour. It's the darkest hour. Old Churchill's gonna win. It's the darkest hour. Darkest hour. Darkest hour. Hitler can never win.
So rhyming win with win.
Every single line of the song.
Wow.
We shall never give up. We shall only win. We shall fight on, and we'll always win.
So just win over and over and over.
And
yeah.
I tap dance for 3 steps until I collapse down the stairs. Oh. And the band plays on. Indeed, it was their finest hour.
thought that was a Titanic thing, and the band
I
played
can't
on.
watch the Titanic.
You can't. What's wrong with it, Todd?
Well,
I can't watch the film Gallipoli. Yes.
I'm sure it's a good movie. I'm sure there's other movies. I don't know why it shouldn't apply to other movies, but for that movie, there's so much horror that's going to go on. It gives me anxiety.
So when you're watching Jack and Rose get together, it's like and have sex in a car. It's like pretty soon you're going to be drowning.
And then doing the thing, and then while it's happening, I know that it's just going to lead to them, one person in the raft and the other person in the water, freezing cold, and it just gives me anxiety.
That's like any movie, though.
I know.
Do you have trouble at like 2/3 of the way through the movie? You're like, I knew it. Some trouble.
For some reason, I know. I'm even saying that. Like, that's every movie. You know that something bad's going to happen. How can you enjoy the beginning?
You should just watch movies where like good things happen. Like people give presents to each other in every scene.
Yeah.
Ironically,
you think, like, what about Marley and Me? You know what it is? Maybe when it
Did you
comes...
say Marley and Me?
Yeah, like that, a dog's going to die at the end.
Right.
I would say the Duke of Marlborough and me. Yes, someone out there.
Hello?
Sort of. I guess watching
Anyway.
The Darkest Hour is a lot like that because we know, I mean, you or the character you're playing, Gary.
The character that is being played by the character that I would...
You do lead England out of World War II, although I don't know quite how other than just by shouting at people.
I shout at people. I take a plane ride over France just to look at how bad it's going.
I never really got a sense watching the movie, like, what did he actually do? Like, he rode around on the subway, took a poll of people, and then he, like, shouted at a bunch of people.
And I gave a fuck you to everyone that I turned around a victory.
And then we see, we just basically, like...
Speeches, yes.
Yeah.
And, of course, there's a lot of ADR done on those scenes because there were people booing and checking their phones.
Right, I bet when it was filmed, everyone had to be totally silent and miming, hitting things. And everyone's like, quiet, we need Gary to, like, we need a clean take.
Winston.
Sorry, we need a clean take for Winston.
For Winston.
Yes, indeed.
Right.
Your jacket says Gary on it that's hanging on your chair.
Yes,
Yeah.
with a star because I am still arguably in character.
Right. What are your plans for Oscar night? You gonna...
My plans for Oscar night
Invite
is to
him.
find Guillermo del Toro and slip him a lethal dose.
lethal
A
dose?
lethal dose of
what?
aspirin.
That's a lot of aspirin.
A bottle and a half
Is that
of
like
aspirin.
30 aspirin?
Yes, because this island is gravely threatened by the shape
Okay.
of water.
Why don't you use like a small dose of
Guillermo
poison?
del Toro! The Spaniard shall not rise against the lion.
Okay, let's not talk about Spaniards.
Well, that's exactly how
He made a
racist
good
I
point.
am.
Why not a small dose of poison as opposed to a huge
Like a
dose?
lot of it.
Because aspirin, it could be literally 10 bottles. I don't know.
Because in times of war, one expects a small dose of poison, but a bottle of pills could be disguised as a happy medicine of a friend.
Yeah, there's truth to that.
Todd, I feel like you're just saying that to shut him up.
Have you looked in your medicine cabinet, Mr. Glass?
Have you ever looked in a medicine cabinet? Usually I just reach for things. I don't even look in it.
Yeah, I know where everything's at.
Yeah, I know exactly where it is. It's like this here, this here, this here.
My medicine cabinet is very organized.
I will be carefully booing against 3 billboards above where Missouri and Zelda.
I watched the movie. I'm like,
What?
The 3
3 billboards.
billboards above Missouri,
Missouri.
whatever the hell that is.
I watched that movie and I was like, what about 4 billboards? And they're actually in Ebbing. Like that would make it better, wouldn't
The
it?
only 3 billboards I have to offer are blood, toil, tears, and sweat.
That's 4.
Tears and sweat count as 1.
There one? Okay, tears and it's like an ampersand. It's like teams in the WGA.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Credited as 1.
All right. Anything else about the Oscars you want to say?
Christopher Nolan shall be tried for war crimes at Nuremberg.
I think so.
For the darkest hour.
It's
for the Dark Knight, at least.
It's a silly movie contest. Like
Dunkirk could have been filmed with little ducklings in a bathtub. Did you see it? Darkest
not
Hour
a bad
contains
idea.
the best parts of Dunkirk with better boats and also a little taste of the King's Speech as well.
yeah, you do. You do have that dude from the
3 films in 1, if you don't count...
It's a lot like those Marvel movies where it's like, oh wow, the Hulk is in Thor, and
If you don't count John Lithgow, whom I personally devoured in order to play this part.
Hey, I thought it was a fat suit. You actually ate John Lithgow?
I devoured the flesh of John Lithgow.
You ate John Lithgow?
Up to his vocal cords so he can still collect his pension.
So from the neck up, he's still with us.
Quite with us,
like a boa constrictor almost. He started at his feet.
In order to stop Hitler from doing the same to this island. As depicted in the movie The Darkest Hour. If you haven't shredded it already, I'm sure the screener is still available for viewing in your front porch.
You're shredding your screeners?
Yeah, well,
I know they ask you to.
I shred everyone else's screeners for Dunkirk, to be sure. I sneak into people's homes and I
wondered.
find that screener. And
You're like the Santa Claus of Dunkirk
shredding
shredders.
Dunkirk. Kenneth Branagh. Indeed, Kenneth Branagh will pay for his crimes, as will Tom Hardy.
I'm going to leave you some milk and cookies for when you come by and shred my screener.
Leave me some milk
Animal
and
crackers.
sausages.
He likes animal
Oh, yeah, maybe some brandy
A
and
splash of brandy and
bacon.
perhaps bacon and maybe a call from Franklin Roosevelt.
All right.
To make the movie worthwhile.
Well, Gary, good luck. Winston,
Oh, you know that's going to make him mad.
I don't mean to set you off. I don't know what I'm doing to our guest today. Where
Why, don't worry, Scott. I'm entering one of my black moods, one of my dark episodes.
darkest hours. Yeah, we know.
But
Yeah,
one a grip of a great depression that I will enter for a few moments to let the focus transfer to another guest, but also
right.
to pity myself.
All right, well,
because
we need to-
Maybe I will lose.
we need to take a break. I mean, momentum is on your side, certainly, Gary. For the
but you never know. You never know. The Nazis and the communists could win.
they're just actors. It's just a stupid little movie content. Okay, but I'm sorry, but we do need to take a break. Will you please enter into your depression?
Oh, I'm sitting on a mattress.
It's a weird brag.
Pouting over a map.
Is that a
Okay,
humble
all right.
brag?
Yeah, I'm not sure. All right. We're gonna go
I
to.
look like a pig from a porcelain shop.
All right, we're gonna go to a break. You sit there pitying yourself. Todd, get your energy up because after the break we have a dental hygienist, and this is exciting. We're gonna ask her all sorts of questions about the mouth and everything around the mouth, the head.
The jowls.
Maybe not so much the jowls, although that may come up.
The neck, third chin.
Anything basically that John Lithgow still has.
Then I'm probably already giving up.
All right, well, we'll come right back with more Comedy Bang Bang after this.
Oh, the smoke is really killing me.
These people over at Lisa, they're freaks over there. They're freaky people. Like a lot of people, they get into business because they want to make money, right? You know, it's like, oh, this will make me money. You know, a lot of people, that's the only reason they do anything. What did Mike Nichols say? Every scene is a negotiation, an argument. I don't know. Every scene is an argument, basically. But these people at Lisa, they don't care about the money. Sure, they make a lot of money. I bet they make a lot of money. I'm sure if you work at Lisa, you're doing quite well. But they don't even care. These freaks at Lisa, they don't even check their bank accounts. I followed them. I know it's true. These people at Lisa, they are driven by the mission to provide, quote, a better place to sleep for everybody, unquote. Wow. They're driven by this. This haunts them. These people, it's ironic for people who work at a mattress company. They arrive to work every morning with bags under their eyes because they can't sleep. They can't sleep because they are driven by this mission to provide a better place to sleep for everybody. It's ironic. It's the textbook definition of ironic and irony. But what is Lisa? Sure, it's a place where people are driven by this incredible mission to provide a better place to sleep for everybody. But what is it? Lisa is an innovative, direct-to-consumer online mattress brand that is also, this is the most important part, socially conscious. They're not socially unconscious. They're not sleeping through social issues, which is ironic because they have textbook definition. In fact, for every 10 mattresses that Lisa sells, they donate one to a shelter through their 110 program. Wow. I wonder if they came up with a name first and then they were like, what are we going to do? For every 10 of what do we do with one? I know, mattresses. They also plant one tree for every mattress sold. That's a 1-1 program. And they donate 1% of each employee's time to volunteer for local causes. That's a 1-100 program. Not to mention with a patented universal adaptive feel, trademarked, in case you wise guys are getting any ideas from what I just said. Ooh, universal adaptive feel, that sounds good. I'm going to head on over to the trademark office. No, sir, nor madam. They patented it and trademarked it. Get out of here. Ugh. Lisa is designed for all types of sleepers and features 3 premium foam layers. Do I have to go through the 3 premium foam layers again? You all know what they are. Say it with me. 2-inch Avena foam top layer for cooling and breathability. 2-inch memory foam middle layer for body contouring and pressure relief. And 6-inch dense core support foam for durability and structure, which works for sleepers of all sizes. Wheel of Fortune. And now, Lisa is continuing to expand its offerings to include the Lisa pillow, blanket, foundation, and frame. It is no wonder it's a Forbes Top 20 startup to watch. No wonder. Try a Lisa mattress in your own home for 100 nights, risk-free. It's available in the US, the UK, the Canada, the Germany, online, with free shipping. This 100% American-made mattress ships compressed in a box right to your door, or you can try it at the Lisa Dream Gallery in Soho, New York City, and Virginia Beach, and over 80 West Elm stores nationwide. But do it through me and get $100 off when you go to lisa.com/bangbang. That is LEESA.com/bangbang. Comedy Bang Bang, Todd Glass is here with Todd I've already forgotten it. What's your Netflix special?
Act Happy.
Act Happy. Yes. And we also have Winston Churchill.
Yes.
Is here.
Winston Churchill is here.
I'm very sorry to be here.
You're sorry to be here.
I am indeed, yes. I feel like and look like Winnie the Pooh stuck in a hole in a wall.
You do.
Being rammed by Mr. Hitler's 100-acre wood. Ow.
Well, we
Ow.
Yes.
I feel as defeated as the film Dunkirk.
Well, hopefully. Well, we need to get to our next guest. This is exciting. She's a dental hygienist. I'm not sure where she practices, but we'll get to that. Please welcome to the show, Becky.
Hi.
Hi, Becky. So nice to meet you.
I'm so happy to be here.
This is Todd Glass. He's a
my
professional
goodness.
comedian.
Nice to meet
It's very
you.
nice to meet you.
And this is, please refer to him as Winston
Winston
Churchill.
Churchill.
Prime Minister,
Okay.
who knows how long I shall serve, but Madam, I am at all.
Oh, this is so exciting. I've never seen a live comedy show, and I don't really know anything about pop culture, so, I don't really know who either one of you are.
Yeah,
Well, that's
that's
okay.
fair.
That's
I mean,
okay.
we wouldn't expect. I mean, Todd, the general public at large doesn't know who you are.
No.
That's safe to say.
Yeah,
you
I
have to
mean-
have a very specific interest in what you do in order to have some sort of recognition of your name.
I never get if someone doesn't know who I am. Of course, my mom. Sometimes a friend will be like, "Oh, he's famous," and I go, "Mom, if I was that famous, you wouldn't have to tell them." So
Exactly.
So, to be clear, as a comedian, you get on stage and take a suggestion from the audience and then do a show or something?
Yes, I do. Oh,
no,
that's what I also do as Prime Minister. Yeah.
You just took suggestions
I
from the
take
audience?
suggestions from the king, from people on the tube.
Well, that's
more-
just taking orders.
yeah, you're sort of that actually is true.
Well, I also ask for a location, and it is always on the beaches, on the landing docks. We will never give up.
You're
Dunkirk.
thinking of more. You know what? I apologize. Your name again?
Becky.
Becky. You're thinking more probably improv where they take suggestions.
So
Stand up is more
do
like.
you wear a wig and do silly things?
I mean, honestly.
Indeed, I do.
Todd, do you wear a wig? I
No.
mean, it's a question that.
No, I don't wear a wig. No. I mean, I would if there was a funny bit or something, but no, mostly my stand-up is do you know any stand-ups at all? Maybe that you haven't seen but on TV?
Well, there's this really funny one that I love named Dean Cook. I saw his one time, his stand up one time, and I was just like, tee like that's for me.
That's high praise for Becky, I guess. Tee
Yeah, tee.
Well, I do basically. Yeah, Dane is
You
a
do
stand-up,
what
and I'm
he
a stand.
does?
Yeah, in that area. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dane Cook and
Then I
other
understand.
countries in Scandinavia have been overrun by the armies of Hitler.
Oh no, that sounds terrible.
Do you know who Hitler is, obviously?
Yeah, like I've heard about him, and they like talked about him like when I was like in school, and like I was like, wow, like my hot take is he's bad.
It's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's not really the hottest.
That's
he
about
at least
right.
did a lot of bad things.
Yeah, like I just like for me,
So wait, you think Hitler wasn't bad, Todd?
Well, I mean, I like to be positive.
So you think Hitler was good?
I think something must have happened.
Can we
bad
just
in
get
his
you
life.
real clean in the mic saying, I'm Todd Glass from Netflix's Act Happy, and I think Hitler is good?
I'm Todd Glass from Netflix, Act Happy, and I think Hitler was a nice guy, but did a lot of bad things. I don't know. I don't want this to be isolated. But anyway, but how long have you been? Can I ask? Because
Yes.
oddly, like you don't know about comedy. I don't
No.
know a lot about dental. Like how
No,
long
I
do you
mean,
have to go to school?
I maybe talk to a dental hygienist for 2 hours a year when I go in at the beginning of the year and then halfway through the year, and our conversations aren't that far-reaching.
yeah, and like people don't really generally ask me questions, which like bums me out because there's so much to learn about the mouth. Like you have teeth. There's top teeth and there's bottom teeth, and then you have a
I
tongue.
never even thought about that.
Becky,
You haven't
Yes.
thought about that?
I have
No,
not
not
had a
like
dental
in-
examination in over 75 years.
Oh my goodness, you probably are riddled with cavities and other problems.
Yes.
Can you look
been
into if
dead.
that? I don't want.
Depression.
Can you look into his? I don't. Maybe this
Dietary.
isn't my
Would you
place
like to
ask.
look into my mouth
Yes,
and give
please.
me a
Just like a
Okay.
topical examination.
Yes.
Let me
Open
just
and
get
say, ah.
Let me just get a little drink before I do.
Okay, perfect. Yes, lube your
And then-
mouth up.
Just a puff on the cigar.
Oh, sure.
And
Oh no! Oh God! Oh no! You don't even have teeth. You just have
Yes.
little humps of dirt in your mouth.
Little humps of dirt is all this island and empire hinge upon.
Oh no! You really have to get that
scary.
fixed.
You got it, yeah.
I'm not even a dental hygienist, and that's you.
It's a frightening sight.
It is.
But
Yes.
it might change the voice of the greatest orator in all
Maybe,
of
but
Britain's
I have
history.
to warn you: do not eat a Jolly Rancher because your little
That's good
dirt
advice.
teeth will
How about me?
crumble.
Do you mind?
Yes,
Because I don't.
please.
When you go to a party, you don't want to go up to a doctor. Hey, but can you look like
Well,
a
it's my
topical?
favorite thing that happens at parties. Oh, you have teeth.
I so.
Yes, let me count them. 1, 2, 16, 32. Okay,
So are
you
they
have
good?
them all.
Does it look like I take?
It's a big jump from 2 to 16.
Why am I opening?
Well, yeah, I didn't want to.
You just had to get going.
Yeah,
it's
I
like
didn't
it's like a car getting up to 65 miles an
Yeah,
hour.
you skip a whole bunch,
Yeah, you're
but
going to
you
be at
get
1,
there.
2, 3, 4, 5 for a
Yes.
while, and then boom, you're right.
Becky, is
Yes.
it possible I could survive on a diet of alcohol and tobacco and swallowing whole strips of bacon without chewing them with any teeth?
Honestly, probably.
no,
because
why are
bacon,
you saying probably?
Well, bacon is meat. Meat is good. Alcohol has water in it.
Yeah, so
And-
it's kind of healthy.
true.
Yeah,
That is
so you're
true.
getting your water and you're getting your meat. So,
I feel as if I could party with you.
oh, I can
Wait, are
party.
you looking to party?
I
Can
can
you come
party.
to number 10 Downing Street and become the personal dental hygienist of the Prime Minister?
Oh my goodness, you just mumbled a bunch, but I'm down.
I won't pay for the flight. You'll have to get to London
You gotta be
on your
a
own.
local hire.
How long is dental hygienist school?
It is 2.5 years.
2.5. What do you do for the extra half a year?
Well, that's when you take your exams and your quizzes and you sleep.
Oh, I see. It was wait. You're counting the sleep as.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
You have to sleep a lot because if you're not well rested, you might mess up somebody's mouth.
So it's 2 full years of school.
Yes.
And then half a year. So it's really like a 3-year program
Yeah, I guess it is like 3 years, but like
because you're not counting your downtime either.
correct.
Right. Okay. So it's like a 4-year thing then, maybe.
Maybe
or-
like a 6-year thing, but
okay.
like you sleep for a lot of those years.
Sure. Yeah.
You
I mean,
have to rest up
in a
and
6-year
recharge.
period, you probably sleep for 2 of those years.
Yes, absolutely. Because
How old are you?
I'm 39.
You're 39. Have you ever thought that you have probably been asleep for 13 of those years?
I think about that all the time.
Yeah.
Because
It's
I
like
think
13 years
you're
of your life just gone.
just gone, but like not truly gone because like you have dreams. You know what
That's
I
true.
mean?
Yeah, so it's kind of
That is
like
true,
you.
that is true.
Yeah.
I have a question, and
Yes,
I don't. I know
please.
you might not know the answer to this.
No, I
but,
will.
Very confident.
The I don't know if this is an urban legend or not.
Sure.
But the
What do you mean by urban? Like black people tell it? Or?
No. You hear it, but there might not be validity to
Yeah,
it.
should we
okay.
be changing the name of urban legend to just like folktale? Maybe
I
that
think
would be
so
more.
This
because
might
it
be a
implies a
folktale.
lot of.
I
weird
heard a
things.
disturbing urban legend.
Was it about black people or a folktale?
That a film called Lady Bird was a dark horse candidate to perhaps win.
I don't think you should be saying urban and dark in the same sentence.
Well,
It's really.
I'm from a time when I get away with anything.
Yeah, that's true. Gary, you're actually just like a 50-year-old dude.
If you call me Gary
Oh,
one
no.
more time,
Oh
I
no!
swear
Sit
to
down!
God,
Sit down!
I swear
oh my
to
goodness!
God.
Put your fists
Oh, no.
down!
I will give you
Oh
a
my
teachable
God.
moment you can't even imagine.
Oh!
Here.
Oh my God!
God, your hand turned into like a razor blade, like Inspector Gadget sort of knife. That
my
was
God.
frightening.
That
I
is so
do. That
scary.
is one of the secret weapons I never got to use because
Yeah, that
World
we never-
War II never came to hand-to-hand combat between
Oh
me and
no!
Hitler.
Todd is not okay.
Todd, are you
Todd,
okay?
Are you
Honestly,
okay?
The smoke is honestly starting.
It's a
It is
lot.
Well,
very
I've
thick in
pre-lit.
here.
I have pre-lit 2 further cigars that I have
Yeah.
yet to even get in.
Good Lord.
Becky, do you like looking in someone's mouth when it just reeks of cigar smoke?
I mean, honestly, that's not my first choice of a mouth to
Oh,
look in.
What's your first
Becky.
choice?
I love baby mouths because they're new mouths
Yeah.
and they don't
Like Boss Baby. That would be
Yes.
great.
I would love to look
Although
in
didn't Boss
Baby's
Baby,
mouth.
did he smoke cigars?
If he did, then the whole thing is
Probably.
stolen from other ideas. That part being Baby Herman.
My question was,
Yes.
do you the suicide rate amongst
Yes.
dentists is supposedly a very high rate? Is
Yes.
that true?
Say supposedly.
Yes.
Supposedly.
Supposedly. There's no
Supposedly.
B in supposedly.
Supposedly, yeah.
Supposedly.
It's like General E. Lee. That's how
Yes.
you can remember it.
Yes, supposedly General E. Lee.
Right,
Yes.
that's a
That's
great-
a good.
Or-
That's
That's
a
a
good thing to put in
great
the pocket of
mnemonic
your
device.
mind.
Yes, great way to stumble into it. Yes.
Is it? Why?
It is true.
Why?
Why?
I mean, honestly, I think it's because of the pressure, and that white jacket is not flattering.
Oh.
You know, if you have to look at yourself every day
That
in
makes
white,
sense when you hear about it.
I mean,
like, tough.
honestly, white, like black is more slimming.
black is very slimming.
Yeah.
Sort of what I said. In all fairness, and I'm not trying to make her agree with me. White, it's too bright.
It is
Okay,
too
you s-
bright.
Well,
White is too bright.
She knows.
I get
She's a
it.
doctor.
Do you know a costume that is not slimming at all?
What?
To have a big floppy bow tie and a bowler hat and a fob of a watch draped
And-
across the fattest part of your belly.
And a fat suit. That's part of the
Fat suit
costume.
isn't
Yeah,
slimming.
that
Right, if
suit
you
will
wanna look
truly
thin.
make you bigger.
That was my physical corporeal reality.
Don't you wear white as a dentist and you want it bright in there because like you don't want to slip up when you're drilling into
Well,
it. You know,
that's
you need
a common misconception.
Really?
You don't need bright lights when you're doing dentistry.
Interesting.
You need mood lighting, and you need it to be lit kind of like a nightclub. Like, because you're not going to pull the wrong tooth.
right.
Because if you pull the wrong one, just try again. So
Okay.
truly,
that's
you're
not-
never
that's-
wrong because you can always
Always
try
just
again.
find the right one.
Yes,
You just-
Aaliyah said it best.
The obvious.
Pick yourself up and try again. So, and that's
Who
like
was that
what-
who said that?
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah,
The
right.
late great Aaliyah,
Yes.
who died last
I
year.
heard an
I
urban
think.
legend that she's dead. Is that
Yeah,
right?
I think she passed away last year.
And
Right.
what about the teeth?
Because of Hitler.
I don't wanna-
Maybe.
What
Who
about
knows?
the teeth that you're pulling that are good teeth?
Oh, yeah, that happens sometimes. But then you either make a necklace or sell it on the black market.
Oh, I
So
didn't
there's
think about
one
that.
Urban
of
market.
two choices. You could say urban market because a lot of black people love teeth.
So what?
That is true, and I know that because of some friends of mine.
Trying to relate. I thought that they just threw away the teeth when they were done with them.
No,
Really?
one of two options. You make a necklace or you sell it. And there's a huge market for teeth because, like, old people, I don't know if you know this, but they lose their teeth. So they're always looking for more teeth. Dentures are not made of fake teeth. They're made of human teeth.
Isn't it, Becky? You all right there?
Are you
He's pulling out his-
dusting your dirt teeth?
Well, I am afraid I might have mixed things up terribly earlier
no.
when I showed showed you my mouth,
Yes.
I may have actually been showing you my bum hole.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
And that
Oh my
would
gosh.
explain
That
the
explains
little,
why it looked
the
like
dirt
so
clumps.
much
That
dirt.
explains the dirt
That
clump.
which
explains
means
it.
that
Oh
I've
my God.
been giving myself gin enemas and dribbling it down the backside and also smoking a cigar
Yeah,
from my
I
asshole.
mean, you would be surprised how often that happens.
Let me take this bow tie and hat off of my
Yeah, you gotta
pelvis.
switch everything.
And I need to sit back upright the way I...
By the way, your butt has been talking into that mic the entire time.
Did it make a suitable impression?
It was very loud.
Very loud.
Well,
So
good.
that whole last segment, you were just farting
I
constantly?
suppose I was, or maybe maybe this is the evil Churchill that's taken over.
That's true.
I'm confused. Are you Winston Churchill or are you Gary Oldman?
There is no possibility to be that man. And I won't
What?
negotiate
What do you
with
think,
this
Todd?
reality.
It's actually Gary.
You silent, shut up, you fuck face. Shut it, you. Up yours.
I think he gets annoyed.
To you, for you, pig bottom. How dare you say such a...
What did I say
You
wrong?
filthy, you animals!
Why?
I hope that you all get conquered by Hitler
know what?
and Dunkirk!
Flip it upside down again. I don't like
Okay.
this.
Yeah, I missed his ass with. Oh, never
Yeah.
mind.
Wait, can you say that right in the mic? Just,
with-
can we
with
get
the-
it clean?
with the
I'm
dirt
Todd
pipe.
Glass from Netflix's Act Happy. I miss his ass.
Ass happy.
Okay, just real clean in the mic. So, Becky,
Someone
Yes.
should clean this microphone.
yeah, I think we got clumps of dirt on it now. So, Becky,
Yes.
where do you practice, by the way?
I practice in Studio City off of Ventura at
Oh, that's where-
Dr. Samosa's office.
Samosa.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. And how long have you been there?
I've been there for 32 years.
32 years.
Yes.
Wow, I didn't realize you were so old. You or not old, but
I'm 39 and
you've been practicing since you were a 7-year-old.
yes.
Good. Healthy child
Thank
labor.
you. Yes.
Yes.
Well, some would say that I'm a genius.
Oh,
Others
you were
would
like a Doogie
say
Howser.
No. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. I'm just like Doogie Howser.
So wait,
Actually,
you went to
Doogie Howser's based on me. Yes. I'm sorry.
So you were how old when you graduated?
7.
Wow, that is crazy.
Yes, I started dental hygienist school when I was 2.5.
Are you talking without sleep?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So you were more like 11
Were you?
when you
Yes.
graduated.
Sometimes
okay.
math is not my strong suit, but
okay.
teeth is my strong suit. Yes,
Right.
Todd?
And you sing too. I heard. Well, you to calm
yes,
the patients.
I
love
do
that.
sing.
I love that. I was
Yes.
just reading
What
a
do you
little
use?
bit about you.
Oh, you have her bio there? I don't know why the producer didn't give me the bio, but what do you sing to the
Oh,
patients?
I sing a very, very classic song. It goes a
think
little
it's great.
something like this. I get your teeth, I get your teeth, I get them clean. I get them clean, and sometimes I pull them, sometimes I pull them. But today, maybe I won't, maybe I will, who knows?
Yeah, I just fell
love that.
down the stairs attempting to tap dance.
Oh my gosh, that would put me on edge. There's so much uncertainty in that song. Maybe you're gonna pull him, maybe you won't. I mean, I prefer a dentist to let me know what's happening.
But I'm not
Yeah.
a dentist, I'm a dental hygienist.
That makes it make sense.
That's
Yeah.
true. So Becky,
Yeah?
what are your ultimate dreams with? What do you want to do in the profession?
Well, I used to want to become a dentist, but then I was just like, ew, that's like a little bit too much responsibility. So I want to open up a chain of dental hygienistries
Oh, okay.
where
so,
you don't get the full service.
So the
Just go to
dentist never comes in.
No.
It's just
you
your.
just get your teeth cleaned and you get told what's wrong.
Polished too.
Polished, yes. I polish teeth with shoe polish.
Oh.
And
Is that like a trick that nobody knows?
yes, people seem to think that it's poisonous or whatever, but I'm like, if you vomit, then like that's a good diet.
To clean you, it's a cleansing.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Makes sense
it
when you
cleans
hear
your
it that way.
inside.
Maybe something you might want to slip to.
Oh, I could polish your little dirt teeth.
Oh, not to
Well,
him.
then I would have to flip back over if you'd like to, or we want
I'm
to try
okay
these.
digging in your butt.
Well,
I
it's
guess,
almost
yeah.
indistinguishable.
Yeah, sure.
Do you mind because honestly, like just the stench of
Oh, sure.
bourbon and
The stench of victory is strong and
Okay.
rare.
Oh,
Here.
are we gonna really do this right now?
yeah,
Sure.
I think it's
Flip
good.
right over. Oh, okay. Yep, let me get my little tools out. Okay. All right. Scoop.
Wednesday
Okay.
like
We
it.
scoop,
Wednesday
we're
like
scooping.
it.
Yes, we're scooping.
Scrapey. Yummy.
Okay,
Tastes
all
like cinnamon.
right.
Cinnamon,
Okay.
yum, yum.
I need you to stop talking.
Impossible.
Oh.
Look at win.
Oh, no, it's perfect. Keep moving
This
your mouth like
is
that.
disgusting.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Can I smoke a cigar
Please
immediately
do.
after?
Please. Okay. I think I did it. I think I did it. I think I
Open it up, Winston.
excavated
Let
a
us
bunch of
see.
dirt. Right?
Arguably better than Neville Chamberlain.
See, I'm telling you, shoe polish works.
Wow, and you're gonna throw up a little. You were saying, Becky.
You
Do
could.
I?
Sometimes it happens. Sometimes it doesn't. It truly depends on your chemical makeup inside of your body.
Yeah, well, shoe polish you say might be poisonous. It's
Might
it's like
be.
taking a bottle and a half of aspirin.
I was held captured by the Afrikaners in the Boer War. I can swallow shoe polish for medicine if I need to.
Becky,
I
no
believe in you.
disrespect,
Yes.
but just for the
You won't
people are
disrespect
listening.
me.
All right, cool. 'Cause-
Is that a warning, or is that you're saying it's not possible?
It's not possible.
Oh, okay,
You
good.
could truly
You have a thick skin.
kick me in the face, and I'd say, "I'll see you tomorrow."
Well, I don't want to do that, but
I mean, I might want to.
and I'll
Honestly,
see you tomorrow.
I mean, I'm not even going to see you tomorrow. But
No, you will. If you kick me in the face, I will come back and
I
say
looked
hello.
it up on the
really?
national poison this thing where you can look up what's
Oh,
poisonous,
yes,
what's not. Shoe polish-
www.thenationalpoisonousregistry.com.
Look at
how do you?
know
Yeah,
your
how do you
stuff.
know this? Wow.
It's poison. Shoe polish is definitely poison.
Yes. Okay. Confirmed.
Oh no. You just not to be. I don't.
Todd,
you-
I mean, Todd, she just confirmed it. I mean,
Yeah.
like you were
see,
trying to
in
be a
all
little
fairness,
more kind.
and I've been
but-
nice the whole show. I'm showing you a lot of respect, but you said it wasn't poisonous.
Yes, I wasn't sure.
Oh.
So here's the thing about when people talk. Who knows if it's true?
That's a good point. We could
That
be
is
lying.
actually a good.
And a lot
Who
of times we're probably lying to each other all the time. You know what I mean? Even
I'm
small.
lying right now, and I'm not even. And I'm lying about that.
Well,
that's-
you're blowing my mind right now.
Thank you.
And I was lying about
very
that.
intense.
Oh,
I
shut
think
up.
that you're
See?
stupid.
Why when I laugh like that, I hate my laugh. But I don't hate my laugh. Someone said in San Antonio, never hate your laugh. It's when you're
I think the worst thing that you can say to someone is, I hate your smile or I hate you laugh, because it takes joy out of their
Yeah,
lives.
it's not nice.
Can I tell you something? I
I
agree.
hate Christopher Nolan's happiness itself.
Well, Becky,
Yes.
you have such an intriguing outlook on life.
Thank you.
You're a delight.
Thank you.
I would like to promote you
Thank
because
you.
if you might take the position of Minister of Dental Hygienistry.
I'll do it.
Yes, because of heavy casualties we've endured
Sure.
at the screening of the film.
What a
Dunkirk.
delight.
And I'd like to talk to you off the air
Yes.
about a friend of mine is a producer on Shark Tank.
Okay.
And I think maybe your idea
Is this Mark
with-
Cuban?
Mark Cuban. He's come to my show.
Or is it the bald Canadian guy?
Mr. Warmth?
Mr. Warren, and I might be able to get you on there for your idea for the chain of dental hygienist stores.
Yeah, what do you suggest to the
What
people
a
who...
treat. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
talk to me afterwards.
I will.
What do you suggest to the people who leave your dental hygienist practice before actually getting... Because you tell them what's wrong,
Yes.
and then they're on their own?
Yes.
Well, then they have to go to a dentist, right?
Yes.
But then dentists already have their own dental hygienists.
Yes.
So aren't people going to be paying twice for basically the
Yes.
same service? And
is
that's
that
how
a
you
bad-
that's how you get them.
Yes.
If you can make people pay twice,
Then that means you're very good at money getting.
money
That is
getting.
true.
Yeah.
No, that actually, if you think
I mean,
about it.
If you think about it, if you can trick someone's mind into, because I can only imagine, I get your card or I see your flyer or something, I go in and you say, hey, you have 3 cavities,
Yes.
and I go, okay, what are we going to do about it? And you go, I don't know.
I say, I don't know. And then you get into your Toyota Corolla.
And then I pay you.
And then you find a dentist.
Now, can you forward your knowledge to the dentist they're going to?
No.
Oh.
No.
You're isolated.
Well, maybe I don't know more
from
Cuban
the world
well.
of
Very
dentistry.
isolated.
I know him,
yes.
but not now that I think.
An island unto your own.
Yes, that's perfect. I'm a teeth island. Thank
I'll bite your lip if you touch my.
you. Oh my God, I think they're gonna make out.
They're having a Churchill off.
Oh, they're so close.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my my goodness.
I'm Gary Oldman.
Oh, fuck.
Yes, you are, Gary.
Fuck your cunt.
Oh, my, wow. Okay, that put an end to that fight.
Wow.
Todd just backed off.
Yeah.
That's how you cannot negotiate with a tiger in your head in its mouth.
Oh.
But truly, Winston, thank you for that. Because anytime I get into an argument with someone, I'm going to say, I'm going to fuck your cunt. And they're going to back right off.
That is an
Thank
argument
you.
ender.
We've
Yeah.
been
Right
broadcasting that over the English Channel to Hitler's armies day and night, and it's beginning to have less of a zero effect.
What channel is that on?
BBC 4.
Well, Becky.
Yes.
You're so pleasant to be around.
Thank you.
But
I try
do
very hard.
I do feel bad that you haven't gotten to yell like these two have. So if you
Oh.
want to yell about anything,
Okay.
we'll just give you 60 seconds to just, have at it. Just
60
yell.
seconds, that's a long time.
Okay, tell you what, you want less? You want 30?
No,
I'll take 30
do
of it.
60.
Wait, no, Todd, I don't think anyone wants your 30.
Okay, it's all
Okay.
yours.
Let's see, what gets me really angry?
Gotta be something.
Well, I'm usually pretty happy, but you know what I don't like? I don't like when people tell me I'm wrong. It hurts my feelings, and it makes me angry, and it makes me go home, and it makes me cry. And I don't like crying because I need to save my tears because you need moisture inside your body. And when there's no moisture inside your body, you dry out like a raisin. And when you dry up like a raisin, you have to join that group, the California Raisins. And I don't want to be a raisin. Was that 60 seconds?
That was 60 seconds on the dot.
hug. I
Thank
feel
you.
bad. You
Oh,
got so
thank you.
Oh, they're hugging. That's terrible.
I
wanted to see her.
could
She's
not.
such a sweetheart. And
She has such precious little moisture in her body that she doesn't even want to
doesn't wanna
cry.
cry.
That is monologue has brought a dribble to my cheek.
Oh, no,
By the
you
way,
have
you've
to
just
keep
been
it.
drooling the entire time.
Yes, of course. I warned you.
Yeah. Well,
You should see my Shabu show.
You're what?
Shamusha.
Well, yes, after the war, it will be reopened, and people will come from miles around to see me give speeches in a big tank.
Like a Shark Tank.
Yes, and when I flop
like-
about, there will be spittle and such that spill all over people. SeaWorld, but on land. And British.
SeaWorld, but on
SeaWorld,
land.
land and British.
And British,
I'm
yeah.
here for it.
I love it.
I'm into it. Wait, SeaWorld on land, what is that, like a horse? You can't have
It's,
a whale on land.
Well, yes, it's a bit of a donkey show.
Mm-hmm.
I will be kicked in the middle of certain indecent acts.
And then just say, see you tomorrow.
And, yep, and then I'll see you later, folks. And as long as the donkey is happy. What, you never fucked a donkey before?
no. Not that I remember.
Wait, you fucked a donkey?
Well, sure, of course.
Wait, is this...
I
be honest.
escaped from a prisoner of war camp in South Africa.
Is this Gary Oldman saying this, or is this Winston Churchill?
Well, I would know what. I'll give this one to Gary Oldman. The character that I play.
So, Gary, you fucked a donkey?
He's not able to speak for himself. It's
All right.
merely
Or
a
did the
character I
donkey
put on in
fuck
order to
you?
fuck donkeys.
Or did the donkey fuck you?
It's
That's
only
a good
polite to allow a donkey his turn.
Well,
After all, they cannot reproduce. Give them that at least.
give
Wait.
them that.
Is that true?
Donkeys cannot
Common
reproduce.
courtesy of a interspecies reach around.
Because a donkey is a mule who fucks a horse? Is that what it is? And they-
Something like that.
Why aren't
whatever
there-
it was,
why aren't
whatever
there
it is,
other-
it turns on Gary Oldman.
It's a weird thing because, like, why aren't there other things that like a dog and a cat fuck and they create a different type of animal? Why is it just a donkey?
They
Is
do indeed, and it's called a Care Bear.
Well, I do
did
know
not
that if a standard poodle fucks a golden retriever, it's
Yeah,
a
but those are
golden doodle.
dogs.
I know.
Oh, did I step on a joke?
No.
Wait, it was Golden Doodle a joke?
No, I was just thinking of other animals, but they're still both dogs.
Yeah, you know
Can
what I
a
mean?
whale and dolphin fuck?
I don't know. This is
Do
a
you
good
get a
question.
wolfin?
This is not a bad question.
There's not.
Have they figured out?
I think we should put it to Parliament and see what the answer is.
Have they figured out why a donkey can exist? Like, and then if they figure out why scientifically these two different animals can fuck and create a donkey, then why can't we fuck dogs?
Thank you.
Yes,
And I
thank
always
you.
felt embarrassed to bring that up. Wait, I actually do want
This
to know. So a
research
donkey,
is urgently required.
a donkey is what?
It's like a horse and
A mule.
a mule.
A horse and mule. And then
Wait,
it has
I-
a donkey, and donkeys, and are donkeys always
I
male?
think I've actually got the whole thing wrong. A mule.
mule
is
is-
a donkey and a horse. So never mind. The donkeys have
But-
been putting babies in me the entire time. Hey, Gary Oldman, that is.
All right, guys. Well, look, we're running out of time. We just
And ideas.
we just have time for one last thing on the show, and that is a little feature called Plugs.
Love it.
I decide who belongs.
What have you got in your bag of plugs? Bag of plugs. Mr. Scott, what have you got in your bag of plugs? Bag of plugs. Mr. Scott, what have you got in your bag of plugs? Bag of plugs. Mr. Scott, what have you got in your bag of plugs? Bag of plugs. Bag of plugs. Bag of plugs. Bag of plugs. Bag of plugs.
Oh, very down tempo. That was Mr. Scott, What Have You Got by Talai Karkauti. Talai Karkauti. Thank you, Talai, for sending that.
I love it. Always love them.
They're so
nice.
good. All right, what are we plugging? Todd, you obviously want to plug your special.
No. Yeah,
No,
my special.
come
What is
on.
it called
Don't be
again?
bashful.
What is it called again?
I'm happy to see you.
I'm happy to see you. My special on Netflix, Act Happy. And then also my date that I'm going to be at the Comedy Works. I think some people could say one of the best clubs in the world, if not, well, definitely one of the best, if not the best. Next to the, Bloomington Comedy and Helium is nice. I have to make sure I don't annoy anybody. And then also something else. Actually,
Wait, you didn't plug a date though.
at the Comedy Works, I'll be there Valentine's Day through Sunday.
Oh, okay.
whatever
So
that
this
is.
week, yeah, great.
Yeah, right. And then also Blake Wexler, this is a quick thing, but it does plug something, is a comedian. And when he was 16, I met him at the Helium in Philadelphia. And then over the years, we had become friends. And about 2 years ago, he goes, I've saved every message you ever left me. But I've heard that before. But then they actually go, well, I lost him when I got my new computer. So about a year ago, he came over. He had like 60 messages that I left him. One he left me. So, and they sort of they tell a story of our friendship, but mostly they're just funny. But it does show our friendship growing when he's like 16 until 10 years later. And it's 10 years of messages that Todd Glass left Blake Wexler, and it's available.
It's an album.
It's an album, yeah. So it's available on iTunes. I'm sure it's available on my website. I'm sure it's available on Blake's website. But it's 10 years of messages from Todd Glass to Blake Wexler.
And this is like a full-length album of just phone messages that you left Blake.
It's voicemails, and you know what? For me, it's the purest form of comedy because I mean, it's for one person. You're not worried how will I tell it to an audience or do I have to? So it's for me. I love leaving a voice messages for especially comedian friends. So there's that, and that's it.
Okay, great. All right. Well, let's see. Becky, do you have something to
Oh,
plug?
and I'll be at the North Carolina Comedy
you're not
Festival.
done.
In February, right after. I think it's the 21st or 22nd. The North. I hope I say it right.
North Carolina Comedy Festival.
Yes.
Okay.
Now I'm done.
Okay, now you're done. Now, Becky, what do you have?
Well, you can go see Dr. Dentist Samoa and
Over there in Studio City over on Ventura?
Yes, and I just discovered this new comedian. Her name is Nicole Byer, and she's got a podcast called Why Won't You Date Me that I heard is very funny. She also has a show on Facebook called Loosely Exactly Nicole, and it's streaming now. I also haven't seen an episode of that, but I hear it's very funny.
You don't know anything about pop culture, but you
No.
have your ear to the ground when it comes
Yes.
to
Yeah,
funny
this one
things.
Yes.
comedian.
Yeah, interesting. Got to check her out.
Yeah.
Gotta
What
check
is she
her out,
like?
too.
She's an urban comic, and
Okay.
I hear she's funny.
Okay, great. And I want to plug, let's see. First of all, the Michael Bolton's Big Sexy Valentine's Day special that I was in with that Nicole Byer as well. We had a scene together. It's on Netflix right now. Valentine's Day right around the corner. And what better time to watch it than now? I mean, if you missed it last year and you were like, it's not Valentine's Day. It's Christmas right now. Why would I watch Valentine's Day special. This is prime time. So watch that on Netflix. It's out there. All right. So, Winston, what do you want to plug here?
I would like to plug, of course, The Darkest Hour 2.
Oh, there's a sequel.
The Electric Boogaloo.
The Electric Boogaloo or Alleged Boogaloo? I didn't quite hear what you said.
The Alleged Boogaloo.
The Alleged Boogaloo. So, in this film, I'm just guessing, Winston Churchill hears about a boogaloo that may or may not have happened.
Yes, and the Nazis might get there before us.
So you're trying to get to the boogaloo?
And destroy that boogaloo.
So it's a road trip movie where at the end of it you get to a boogaloo and you destroy it.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, this sounds like a dynamite
So I
idea.
would like to plug Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy, available on streaming services like Netflix.
Did you say
And-
Tinkle?
Tinkle, Tailor, Soldier, Spy, and also, of course, Immortal Beloved, available on the Blu-ray.
That's just
and Laserdisc.
These are Gary Oldman
Yes,
films.
and
Yeah.
The Fifth Element, if anyone still has interest in the cause of freedom. The Fifth Element.
And what about Christopher Nolan films like Batman and...
Find the shredders and destroy them.
No, but you're in those.
Yes,
You
the
played
British
Commissioner
Empire
Gold.
will back you with all of our might. From beyond the sea, we shall destroy the works of Christopher Nolan. The Dark Knight shall be destroyed.
You play Commissioner Gordon in them.
Perhaps the relationship has soured since
Okay.
then.
All right,
That
all
makes
right.
sense. That does make
All right, well, look, let's close up the old plug bag.
Bag, it's time to open It's too late.
It's time to open the bag. It's time to open the bag. It's time to open the bag. Open the bag. Open the bag. All right.
I love that.
That song, by the way, is Todd Glass right up his
It is
alley.
right up my alley. Who did that? Do you know even?
That
Might
is
not have-
well, that's Ben Schwartz and Horatio Sands and I singing it, and then a fan, Preston Eastman or something, did a remix of it and added all the instruments. So
Based
yeah.
on the Disneyland Electrical Main Street
Alleged
Main
Main Street Parade. Yes, of course. Well, guys, what a show. Our loudest show ever. I hope we had our noise equalizers on for this one.
I'm sorry that you drove me to that desperation.
You started at, we talked about cars starting at 1, 2, 3.
There.
Well, that's true. That may be
was
true.
driven
You have a
there.
driver in the film, which is so curious when you go take the tube. Your driver's like, where'd he go?
Does anyone know which tube train I take to get to Vermont and Sunset?
Not quite sure. Todd, always great to see you.
Always good to see you.
All right, very good. And Becky,
Thank you so much for having me.
very polite of you. Thank you so much. You're
I'm so excited. I never really get to talk.
okay.
People are always like, shut up, Becky. And no one told me to shut up today, so today's going to be great.
Well, can we end the show as I would like to do and kick you in the face?
Please.
All right.
I'll see you
Here we go.
tomorrow.
Ready?
Oh,
That's
oh, my eye. It popped right out.
And
Thank you. I see you tomorrow.
all right, we'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.
Yes.
Hello, hello. This is an ad for my podcast, Fake the Nation, where we talk about news, we talk about politics, and where we wet our pants about electoral democracy. I am the host, Nagin Farsad, your friendly neighborhood Muslim podcaster. Every Thursday, I'm joined by a rotating cast of politically savvy pals, folks like John Lovett from Crooked Media.
If Ruth Bader Ginsburg has a step-in tub, you get that thing the fuck out of her house. Because if she has to step over even a lip to bathe, it's unacceptable.
Like John Fugelsang from SiriusXM.
I have a bumper sticker that says impeach Pence first because he's all the evil but half the comedy value, so he's useless to me.
And other people not named John. Every episode, we break down the news, we ridicule our popular vote-losing minority president Donnie Twimp, and we do it in 3 tasty little segments with a cool bell at the start of each one. Yeah, like that. To hear more, just check out Fake the Nation on Stitcher or wherever you listen. New episodes drop every Thursday afternoon.
This has been an Earwolf production, executive produced by Scott Aukerman, Chris Bannon, and Colin Anderson. For more information and content, visit earwolf.com.